Well, konnichiwa, badass gamers, and welcome to yet another Wasabi Mouth Reviews. Today we are looking to open a can of whoop-ass on this episode to have a complete review on the newest installment of its series, Doom 4. So tighten those cheeks and hold on to your socks, gamers. This is where we pull out the good old BFGs and go over this new and badass title. So without further ado, it's time for the exposure. Now first off, let me say that this is my first Doom game. I know, I missed out on a lot. But believe me, I remember my elders playing the first one many moons ago and seeing how badass it was way back when, but being the Bethesda fan that I am, I was more than happy to give this game a shot, not for just some sort of nostalgic feel from seeing what I saw growing up, but to experience a bit of what I was missing out on. Let me tell you, did I miss out on a lot up until now. Between the games I've played before, this one takes the title of complete, utter badass. But with every step taken forward, some steps are taken backwards. And in this review, I will be explaining how that is by explaining how the game's first impression is, its accessibility, as well as its playability. And cue the transition of badassness. There we are. So, first impression. Now, as for the general look of the game, not only can you tell these graphics kick ass, but the title comes across as possibly intimidating to newer players, much as me. But aside from that, the game comes off a bit as a beast. Now, I can't personally compare this title to the older ones, but others can say that this one is a step up from its previous installment, Doom 3. So anyone that's played any of the earlier games before this one is way up your alley, in more ways than one. Ow, ow, ow! Coming from its previous title, the Doom series went back to its original speedy gameplay and made everything less of a hunt, unlike the title that came before. Some of you may have liked the slower-paced horror feel to it, but others also preferred it this way too. So I guess you can say there's some sort of variety added to the series with this title by going back to its original feel. As for my personal impression of the game, I was absolutely swept away by the title. Not only did I feel like a badass, but I was a badass. I mean, how often do you get to snap a demonic beast's arm off and whack it upside the head with it? Not too many times, I can tell you that much. But aside from running from my life time to time, this game made me feel like it was definitely worth giving it a look. So based on my personal impression of the game and how I think it would have come off to others, I gave this spiciness a 9 out of 10. 1 point docked only because others will have preferred the style of the last game, and I don't always like running for my life. Ow! Now accessibility. So there isn't much to be said about the game's functions, controlling wise. The right button shoots, the left button uses your gun's abilities or charges them up, and the right stick melees your enemy. That's beautiful. But it doesn't get any more simple than it does here. Anyone who's played a first-person shooter is pretty much 100% able to guess the controls, so getting off the button layout, Doom 4 is pretty clear with how everything works, like with the weapon upgrades. You gain these weapon points, and you use those as currency to upgrade your arsenal. It doesn't get any easier than that. So just looking at the menu, you can tell what does what, so based purely on just that, I gave this spiciness a solid 10 out of 10. It seriously does not get any more easy to understand than it does here, so moving on. So, playability. Now, where to start on this? Alright. So, playing this game sometimes felt like it was an inching kind of game as you progress through it. Of course, you come across more and new stronger enemies than what you've encountered before. But this game sticks true to the saying, if there's bad guys over there, then you're going the right way. And with a Dark Souls kind of feel, you'd have to find a better and fast-paced strategy to get past that enemy because sometimes just blowing through everything and everyone isn't always numero uno. So think on your toes, gamers. But with having that type of gameplay can make it feel real arcadey as well. You don't win, you just do better than last time, and you try to get past the mark you previously made it before. Which personally made me come right back to it just to prove the game who exactly wears the pants in this relationship, which I'm still trying to do. Anyway, so along with the campaign mode, it's originally a 10-hour playthrough, but if you take the time to explore those awesome collectibles, hey look, Fallout reference? You can easily stretch it to a 30-hour playthrough by changing difficulties and all that good stuff. Now as for multiplayer, again, not too much can be said about this part of the game. Of course, you can customize your avatar, your weapon loadout, and all those common goodies. But if I were to put this part of gameplay into one word, it'd be, well, explosions. Whip out that assault class and you're pretty much running around with a rocket launcher kind of deal. But aside from that, only one thing really stands out with this multiplayer, and it's that badass demon rune you get. Once you get your hands on that beast, you temporarily become this demonic and monstrous beast that destroys everything in its path, fear equal to Deathclaw itself. So based purely on all that, I rated this spice an 8 out of 10, docking points for its multiplayer that does not stick out too differently from Halo. With this game being enough to keep even me coming back for more every time, I have to say this title definitely strives for its older audience to come back while attracting newcomers as well. And based on everything above, this game takes a spiciness an 8 out of 10. Docking points for the downsides spoken of earlier, this game is seriously a can of whoop ass. So gamers, get out there and grab this title. It's definitely worth your time and you won't be disappointed. And with that, thank you guys so much for tuning in again or for the first time. So be sure to share, like, and subscribe and all that. Wasabi out.